All right, NieR Replicant review. Now, for any of my community, pretty much anyone that watches me, you know I am a big fan of the NieR series. I played NieR Automata like crazy, achieved all the endings, put hundreds and hundreds of hours into it, and I did the exact same thing for NieR Gestalt when it came out. Now, this is my actual copy of the original NieR game that came out on the Xbox 360. Now, if you're not aware, there were two versions of this game when it got released. NieR Gestalt and NieR Replicant. Replicant was pretty much an exclusive outside of the UK. So I never ever got to experience that. Where we got our hands on the daughter and father version of the game. The only difference between the two versions, Gestalt and Replicant, was the male protagonist was changed from a father-daughter to a brother-sister. So it was the same game. All they did is switch out the male lead characters. That's all they did. So for the very first time, we got to experience NieR Replicant. And I have to admit, I put in the huge amount of hours into playing the NieR game itself. I have a lot to talk about. So this is a remaster of the PlayStation version that wasn't, we didn't get. We unfortunately, I don't know why, it was just the way that they did it. But this was the first time I ever got to play the brother-sister version, and I was really hoping that the emotion would be equal to or better than the father-daughter version, because to me, a bond between a dad and his daughter would always be stronger than the bond between a brother and sister. That's just my personal opinion completely. This is my opinion. And there isn't a lot of notes. There isn't a lot of notes. The reason there isn't a lot of notes is because I've already played the game. I've already completed the game multiple times. I know exactly how this story plays out. So we're going to review this game in the same way that we usually do. But this is all pretty much based on, should they have done a remaster on this game or just left it alone? So I already have a scoring in my head. I already do. I know exactly what I'm going to score it, and I know exactly what I'm going to say at the end of the stream, at the end of this recording. It's all going to be exactly the same. But just for the usual fans of the stream, the usual fans that watch my reviews, here is my breakdown analysis on NieR Replicant. So the very first thing that we scratch on, choice of music used. Now, this is something that myself and even my community could agree on while we played through the entire game. 50 plus hours we kept going, we just absolutely nailed it. That the soundtrack to this game is absolutely breathtaking. It is insanely good. If you are a fan of NieR Automata and you enjoyed the soundtrack that they did for that game, you will 100% enjoy the soundtrack to NieR. You will, because there are a few songs that NieR Automata took from NieR and just remastered in a way. They revamped it and gave it its own special mechanical oomph, if that's the right words to use. So the choice of music used, this soundtrack is breathtaking, 100%. Every single song on point, well written, and honest to God, I would love to have I'd love to go to an orchestra and hear them play this music. It's that emotional and breathtaking in every sense. I can't praise this music anymore. This is by far one of the best soundtracks in any game I've ever played, alongside NieR Automata's soundtrack. It's incredible. So, choice of music used, 100%. I can't fault it whatsoever. Breathtaking. I listened to it outside of streaming as well. Couldn't recommend it anymore. The effects, audio, and voice acting. The audio effects, the only issue that I found with this remaster that I did not hear in the original is every now and again I received audio popping. It wasn't a massive deal breaker. It was just something I noticed. I'm pretty sure that they can just roll out a patch, roll out an update, and get the popping removed. I don't know what causes the popping, but it was noticeable throughout the playthrough itself. During certain dialogues, you could hear the crackling and the popping at the beginning, and then it disappeared. Again, that's something that they're just going to have to patch. It honest to God, just patch it, no problem, awesome. Voice acting in this is absolutely on point. It carries weight in the tone of your characters and the characters and the NPCs that you run into. It's heartfelt, it's emotional. I'm telling you, it hits your heartstrings every goddamn time. And if you really do enjoy a in-depth story that has lots of emotion in it, you're really going to have your heartstrings plucked. You really, really, really are. And there are a massive range of very, very high tier voice actors and actresses in this game. Some, again, that are in other Capcom and other Square Enix titles. DC Douglas, for example, makes another appearance in this game. So does the actress that did Helena in Resident Evil 6. She's also in this game too as Kane. So the voice acting is just flawless. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. It really is. So in terms of everything audio wise in this game, no faults, nothing. Other than the slight audio popping every now and again, which doesn't bother it doesn't ruin the experience at all. I don't know again what causes it, but they need to send down an update to hopefully remove the pop-in. God knows where it's coming from. But that's the audio aspect of the game pushed aside. Graphics, texturing, weather effects. I had to, because it's been a very, very, very long time since I last played this game. I had to watch, I shit you not, about an hour video of these two games being played side by side, where you could see a before and you could see an after. And what was great is they used the Gestalt and the Replicant versions against each other, and then they used the two Replicant versions, the old one and the new one, together, so you could see a direct comparison. I have to say that the publishers, the developers, the team that worked behind on making this game playable now on high-gen consoles, they didn't have to do what they did, but they revamped the game and made the game stunning in so many ways. And not only did the areas, the dungeons that you visit, the weapons, everything that you do looks so beautiful and so well done, but some of the characters had redesigned faces, redesigned models completely, and they looked absolutely amazing. When I saw Kane for the first time, I was like, wait, I don't remember you looking like that. You look absolutely amazing. And that's because they actually remodeled her face, and they did that with some of the other characters within the game itself. They made the characters look absolutely beautiful. And it was, again, it was just it was amazing to watch. It was absolutely amazing. So in terms of any sort of texturing issues or any sort of graphical issues, I encountered none. Throughout the entire game, I encountered no visual issues throughout the 50 plus hours that I put into this game in a week and a half. Just over a week and a half. But yeah, I encountered absolutely nothing. It was perfect to me. I don't know if you guys got any issues when you first played it. No issues. I loved it. Absolutely breathtaking. So glitches and bugs, irrelevant. I encountered none. So, and usually that's a subject that we like to talk on a little bit, because the majority of games that come out nowadays are full of glitches and they're full of bugs. This game, none. Absolutely none. Gameplay and mechanics. I could tell that they had definitely done something to the gameplay, because it felt very, very, very smooth. It really, really, really did. And again, I know it's been such a massively long time since I played the original on the 360. But when I had the control of my character, it felt almost like I was playing NieR Automata again. It felt really smooth. It worked. It looked great. I didn't see any jittering in the movements or the mechanics of the character, the abilities, the spells. I didn't see any issue with it whatsoever. So again, I can't really talk about that. I can't. Other than to say that the gameplay and mechanics were absolutely on point. 100%. Replayability and game difficulty. The game has massive replayability, by the way. Massive. Because you've got 4 endings, A, B, C, and D. So after you complete one, you think you're done, but you're not. You've got to keep going. There are many quests that you can do. There are many weapons that you can find and upgrade and enhance and, you know, make more powerful. And because we demolished the side quests in this game, we only had one left, which I could basically finish tomorrow, really, once the flowers bloom, which is just hand in some seeds. That's it. That's all I have to do. But the amount of quests that you can do will keep you going more and more and more into the game. It pulls you in and it keeps you going. And a lot of the quests reflect on our day-to-day problems in this world, in the real world as well. And some of them are very gripping and very emotional. And I can't recommend this game as much as I'm going to. But replayability is 100% there. Game difficulty, because we did all the side quests first before anything, we became OP, to be fair. I kind of regret not playing the game in hard mode, but because of a review state, we wanted to do it on normal. Bear with me. So yeah, we did the entire game on normal from start to finish. And it got to a point, I'd say around about 70% in, we started killing bosses super quick. So, like most RPGs, if you put the grind work in before, you will overscale in a way against the characters that you're fighting. It was fantastic to see. Any game customization and stats building, game customization, not really. I mean, yes, you can put on, they call them words, which are basically buffs that you can apply to your spells and to your weapons, which can make some of them pretty insanely OP when you know how to use them correctly. Stat building, it's an RPG. Every time you level up, your health goes up, your magic bar goes up a little bit more itself, your defense pretty much goes up as a character, and you have more health, as I said. But in terms of customization, you do get skins that you can unlock later in the game. You can apply those to your characters if you wish to make them look different. But, you know, there's no like full on, oh, I'm going to customize my chest piece, my head piece, like a Dark Souls game. You can't do stuff like that. Story, if applicable. I could talk about this story for hours. I really could. And because I've done so much talking today, I have already slightly hurt my throat. I'm just going to say it pure and simple. The NieR and the NieR Automata stories are very complex, but they are very, very emotionally driven. They are so well written. It's if you don't shed a tear while playing these games, then that'll be a surprise, you know. But I shed a tear a few times even playing the remaster, even though I already knew what was going to happen. It's just the music, the emotion, the atmosphere of the game. It tugs and plucks at the heartstrings. And it's exactly what NieR Automata did as well. You play through that game and it's the same thing. It's incredible. So the story is definitely in my high tier story games of all time, hands down. Online co-op modes, features, and stability of online, not applicable. Push that aside, not talking about. Purchase price versus digital price and value of content. Now, the game is made by Square Enix, size 23 gig. Digital pricing is $49.99 on the store. Retail in we have Game in the UK, they're $49.99 as well. My price was $42.85 because I bought it off shop2.net, as That's where I get all my games from, because I get them at a discounted price, and because they tend to ship them a day early. Every now and again I hear, you know, some of my community members saying, "Oh, thanks for recommending Shop 2, Steve. I got a game a day early," and it's like, cool. But yeah, value of content 100%. I am not even going to sit here and debate about it. Value of content 100%. This is, in my opinion, a £60 game. It is, and that's over the usual retail price that I am normally talking about to my community. I normally say like £50 is the end point. I'd pay £60 for this game. I was really hoping they would do a UK collector's edition, which contained maybe extra stuff and costumes, and maybe a statue of Emil, Kanye, the lead character, and Yona, the daughter. It would be nice. I would buy it in a heartbeat. I've got collector's editions of Resident Evil over there, so I would love a statue to go with that collection. I would. So then, you know, I could never move out and never display it. But value of content is there 100%. 100%. Microtransactions, there isn't any that I saw. When I checked the store, I didn't see any. And I can double check that really quickly right now, just to confirm. Manage game and add-ons. See in Microsoft Store. But this is the whole shebang. Because it's the remaster, you get the whole lot. Screenshots, rating, recommendation for NieR Automata, of course. Of course they're going to recommend it, because it's the next part of the story. Yeah, there is nothing. What you get is the whole shebang, full stop. This will be pretty much the point where we go through our notes and of all the detailed stuff I had noticed within the game. Because it's a remaster, I've already played the game and completed it. I already know everything about the game. So what I was looking out for really is anything that might have been damaged during the remastering of the game. Anything that had been improved, just noting the pros and the cons of whether or not they should have actually done it as a remaster or just leave it alone. I just want to say a massive thank you for them for bringing this out next gen for me, because this game is amazing in so many ways. This game is absolutely amazing. If you're into your detailed story RPGs, this is one for you 100%. 100%. I am so glad that they did, because I haven't played the original in so long, because I don't have a 360 really, and I missed the shit out of this, and I'm never going to get rid of this because this is a memory for me. But now I've got this version, you know, they can go side by side on my wall. I'll never get rid of it. Never, not in a million years. That's a keeper forever. So in terms of me scoring this and recommending this, I'm recommending this to everyone that enjoys stories. Full stop. If you enjoy stories, reading, there is the dialogue in this game, and it's just absolutely on point. I do wish some of the other verses that are all scripted out were also voiced, but they're not. And when I googled the remake or remaster, sorry, it said that they got more work done on the Japanese version by bringing in more voice actors. So they really did put in a good amount of effort into this. They really did. And because of that, I'm absolutely blown away. I'm so grateful they did, because I have a feeling that a lot of my community who've now gotten to experience this with me are probably going to pick this game up and buy it for themselves. Probably. Who knows? Fucking hair in my eye. Great timing, hair. Thank you. Jesus. Any other time would have been great, but during a review, jump into my eyeball and annoy the hell out of me. Why not? So, all this leaves is me giving this a scoring. That's it. All this leaves is me giving it a scoring. And, you know, the only one small negative is the fact that you get audio popping every now and again. The fact that they went out of their way to improve the visuals, improve the model design, just make the game a whole better experience as a whole, overlaps everything. It does, because there were no other issues throughout the entire game. Audio-wise, perfect. Voice acting, perfect. Gameplay, perfect. Well, again, all bear in mind is my opinion. So I am easily slapping this game with a massive recommendation on the arse. Just giving it a good old slap. And scoring this game an easy 10 out of 10. This is, in my opinion, a perfect game. Because it stays true to what it is. It's a story RPG. Loads of amazing weapons. Loads of amazing spells. With a heart-plucking storyline. And I can't fault it. Even when I played the original back then, I couldn't fault it. It blew my mind. So I knew immediately that I was going to get NieR Automata when it came out. And even that game is a freaking 10 out of 10, 100%. And do you know what? If this video was to ever get watched by the developers or the publishers of these games, please do Drakengard. Please redo them as a remaster. Do them as a trilogy, quadrilogy, I don't care. Bring those games back to life, please. It would mean the world to me, and I know a lot of the people that watch my streams that enjoy these type of games, because I would love to revisit the start of this entire journey. Because if you didn't know, the Drakengard series came first, then the NieR series came after, because we're in 2 games now. I don't know if the next game that they're going to do is going to be another NieR game. No idea. But if you do continue it, please do. So yeah, that's my review. I put so much freaking time into this. I really did. I pushed 50 hours, like I said, as hard as I could over the week and a half plus of this game being launched. I did farming, I did grinding off stream, which was the, you know, all RPGs have that, even the fishing, you know. But 10 out of 10, highly recommend it, 100%. Watch the trailer. If you're skeptical, watch the trailer. And if that doesn't get you hyped, then I don't know what will. Because the trailer has a hell of a lot of emotion in it as well. It really does. So with that in mind, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Leave your comments down in YouTube, please. I will reply to you all. Please do. Share this video with anyone that you might find who will enjoy it. Anyone that's skeptical about picking up NieR or NieR Automata, you know, feel free, share this video to them. And I'll see you over on Glimish when I'm live. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.